I just realized it might be loud. Okay. Let me know how the balance is. How's this? How's this? Still too loud? Or just right? Fine now? Okay, yosh. I figured out crafting! Well, then you're already better than me at Final Fantasy XIV. I specifically do not engage in crafting because I think it requires a couple more brain cells than I have. So every time I try and do it, I wind up running out of like CP and whatever the other thing is. What's it? Durability? And then my shit breaks. And then I wonder why it breaks. And then I look it up online and and I'm like, what's the crafting loop? And everyone's like, well, sometimes you want to use some inspiration, and then you want to do this in order to get. It really depends on whether you're looking for HQ or whatever. And I'm just like, and then I get my pickaxe and I go back out into the mines, and I hit some rocks, and I call it a day, because you don't gotta think when you're hitting rocks and cutting grass. Pocket, thank you for the subscription. Was this a redeem game? It was. It was a redeem game, and I have no idea what it is. Been watching, catching up on your Outer Wilds mods. When and how you die rivals the comedic timing of professional stand-up comedians. I really want to play the DLC because I loved the Outer Wilds and it was perfect, and so I really want to play the DLC. I just haven't, because obviously this week I need to keep streams shorter because I can't sit up as long. And next week I'll probably I have kind of like special plans for next week. But you'll see what my special plans are. But I just know that the second I start playing it, I'm gonna sink like 7 hours into it. So so I'm like, that's for when I'm better. I'm already getting better. My like blood pressure numbers are already looking a lot better. But yeah, she was like, you know, just keep on it. Make sure it's like consistently better, you know. Okay. Didn't you tell me that 11 crafting involved choosing the right direction to meditate in depending on the season and hour of the day? Yeah. And what's your fucking point? Let me. Alright, no, that's gonna cut out the sound, but like, let me. So, for a little, just a smidge of a taste. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. If you were like a real Final Fantasy XI crafter, like Papa Moose, really. He fancied himself one of the real ones. So he did all of this. But if you fancied yourself a real one, you followed this guide. This is only part of it too. You got the 8-day cycle. You got you got your phases of the moon. And the moon impacts your skill up and success versus your HQ. Your HQ situation. Sorry, I just looked over the chat. I saw somebody got killed immediately. Oh no. But yeah, so let's see. So you got it was a bot? Okay. I was like, what happened? Yeah, you got your full moon. I'll turn on my BGM for this part. You got your full moon, which gives you better skill ups and better success on your synths. But if you want to get HQs, which is better money, you got a synth during the new moon. And then your crystal, whatever crystal you're using, is going to determine what day you want to synthesize on and what direction you want to face. So if you want success, make sure you don't break your synthesis. Then you're going to, if you're using a wind crystal, you're going to want to craft on, I think it's on Earth's day. I think this might be backwards. They might be wrong. And then you're also going to want to face less fails and more successes. You're going to want to face southeast, it looks like, while you're crafting. Does that make any sense? That do anything for you? This seems miserable. No, it's really good. I actually like the Final Fantasy XI crafting system more than this is some horoscope shit. It is. It's amazing. I like the 11 crafting system more than 14 because they don't give you any recipes. In order to get recipes, you have to talk to NPCs like in the guild and ask them what they think you should make, and then sometimes they'll like give you a list of what to make. Like, but they'll just give you like a list of the items in the synthesis. They'll be like, take 3 sheep hides and a bunch of tea leaves and use a dark crystal on it, and that should give you some leather or whatever. And whereas when I booted up 14, I was like, wow, they tell you? Like, they let you one button it? Like, you can just push, I want to make this, and you can make it? Ridiculous! In 11, you had to choose the crystal, the type of crystal you wanted to use, and then that opened up basically an empty, like, bunch of boxes, and then you had to go through and you had to put each material into one of the 8 boxes, and hit OK, and pray like your life depended on it that you got the recipe right, because otherwise it would just tell you to buzz off. There were a lot of recipes that people only figured out through, like, just trying stuff. And eventually they did start releasing synthesis recipes in patch notes when there was new synthesis, because they were like, this is ridiculous. They were like, this is taking too long for people to figure out, like, what makes what. That's like saying I can't bake cookies today because Mercury is in retrograde. Yeah, it's exactly like that, and it's amazing. If you got it wrong, did you lose your ingredients? No, it would just say, like... It would just say, like, recipe, like no such recipe, or there's nothing, this doesn't make anything, or something like that. So no, you didn't lose anything, luckily. There are a lot of recipes that are like one item off from each other, and so if people like forgot to include an extra item in their recipe, they would make the wrong thing, which was always like led to just catastrophic like sobbing posts on forums when people would do it with something really expensive. They're like, I used my only Galatea cloth on this! I made the pants instead of the robe! It was a better time in MMOs. I will say I'm playing 14 again though, because I finally have a house. There's nothing in it because I'm poor. And I did get my cedar trees though. So now I'm down to 14,000 gil. But I have 4 cedar trees in my yard, and I have a lamp in the middle of my living room. And that's it. That's the house. But I actually did some story quests the other day, because I was like, I can't continue with my plotless behavior. I am in Maple's house. I can't continue this plotless behavior now that I have a house. I have to make good on my threats. So I did actually do a bunch of story quests. Also because I'm trying to get money and they give you money and they give you things to sell for money. So I was like, this is my desperation. Because I'm so far behind in the story, I can't even, not with that attitude. Because I'm so far behind in the story, I can't even go to the newest areas. Cause I'm a gatherer. Even though I've never, like, set foot outside of Shadowbringers, my Gatherer classes are still max level because I just use them a lot because it's the only way I can make money. And I just enjoy them and I find them easy to level up. Read Hoarder. And so I have my gathering classes maxed out, but I can't actually go to the areas where I can actually use that maxed out gathering. Like, I'm stuck in the Shadowbringers areas and nothing there sells for that much money anymore. So I'm just like, oh god. Because like everyone, it's easier to get to level 70 than 80 or whatever it is now. And yeah, so I really need to progress the story so I can actually go gather things that cost money so I can make my money back. Willing to help to do some treasure hunts. I did a couple of treasure hunts with Kuriko's group back when I first started playing again, and it was the most confused I've ever been. Like, we went into, it was like a casino room with a frog in it, and a bunch of stuff happened, and people were like, over here, do this, do that, and I was like, I'm scared, and then it ended, and everyone was like, great job, and I was like, I have no idea what the fuck we just did. I was 100% along for the ride. They were like, do you want to do some treasure hunts? And I was like, I don't know what that means, but sure. It's gambling dungeon. Ah, I see. But anyway, sorry, I've been rambling a lot. Let's play Deponia. So, let me turn my BGM off. I actually have never, so I see, Deponia is one of those games that I see on sale. No idea about the game. Yeah, I have no idea what this is. It's one of those games that I always see on sale, like whenever there's a big, like, seasonal or holiday or whatever it is sale. I feel like Deponia is always there. So I've looked at it before because I was like, oh, like what's this? And I've always been like kind of interested, but then for one reason or another I was like, I have a billion other things I'm trying to play right now, so I'll wait. But then when it got redeemed, for a game redeem, but if you want the original experience, put the audio in German? Wait, is that the original experience? I don't know. Main menu. It has volumes, subtitles. Oh, I think it was when I opened the game it asked me. And I just hit English because I was like, I don't... I'm afraid. Oh, I didn't know the main language was German. Huh. But but yeah, I don't really know anything about it. But so yeah, a good comedy point and click. So I kind of got that. So when it got redeemed, it was actually during the Steam winter sale, and so this was on sale, and I was like, okay, yeah, like let me grab this so I can do the redeem soon. Oh, you can change it on the bottom? Wait, where? This? Oh yeah, it's a bunch of flags. There she is. But I bought it on the Steam sale. It's been a while since I've played like I do play point and click games more than Koji. Welcome back to the subscription. 15 whole ass months. Do you know your world flags? I know them okay. Sometimes there's a couple that throw me that I need to like sit with for a minute just because they're like the same colors or close to the same colors and I need to remember what order they're supposed to go in. But those are the only ones, and I can generally name like the two countries. I just like struggle with which one is which, basically. Like, this is really stupid, but I'm not like colorblind or anything, but sometimes if I see like Italy and Ireland fly past me too fast, I'm like, slow the fuck down. Wait, hold on. One of those is red and one is orange, but I need to squint to make sure. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I play more point and click games than you'd think. But I usually play ones that are a little like, what's the word? A little weirder. So like I really like the Isoland games. There's like writing in those games, but there's not a whole lot of like you kind of got to figure out like the story for yourself, more like. But I really like the Isoland games. This was a while ago, but I really liked like, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, Machinarium. And I played Monkey Island back when they first re-released it on Xbox Live Arcade, and I really, really liked it. But I haven't played any of the other Monkey Island games since then, so I really want to go back to those. Yeah, Machinarium was a while ago. So I actually like a weird... I actually have a weird like Machinarium story. It was when I was on my way home from Japan. I think it was when I was actually like moving back, so it was like the second time I came back. I had a 12-hour layover in the airport that I was in once I landed in America. And I was like, what am I gonna do for 12 hours? I'm gonna be so tired. But Papa Moose actually... Try 8 Peninsula. Papa Moose actually at the time he had like enough air miles or whatever to have a membership to one of those clubs. One of the like frequent flyer clubs. And so he gave me basically his creds so that I could get in. And I got into this fancy like airport lounge, flopped down in the corner, pulled up a table, put up my laptop, and I was like, well, I don't want to like fall asleep. I'm really tired, but I don't want to fall asleep because I'm in public. And so I got myself a bunch of crackers and some juice and some fruit, and I just popped open Machinarium and I just like one-shotted it. While just like sitting in this fancy airport lounge surrounded by all these like businessmen. And I was sitting there stuffing crackers in my mouth and playing Machinarium. And then as soon as I beat it, I fell asleep anyway. I was so tired, I was like, oh, it's over. And I just sort of curled up in my chair and fell asleep and woke up an hour later and I was like, oh no. But I really liked that Black Mirror trilogy. I feel like I've seen that when I've been like looking for games that I want to play. I feel like I've seen that, and I always get confused because of the Black Mirror TV show. But I know that they're different. But it always catches my eye because it kind of looks I like the aesthetic of it. Yeah, I haven't played I haven't gotten the new Monkey Island remake. Is it good? I haven't like heard anything about it. Use your inventory mode. Wow! Wait. Inventory per mouse wheel. Recommend. Inventory per click. Classic mode. I mean, they seem to really want me to do this one given the Wow! So I'll do that one. And I'm a mouse now, so
Was
it
denn
works.
jetzt noch? Sollte das Spiel nicht längst starten?
Ja, schon. Aber die Schrottpresse ist kaputt. Und da dachten wir nutzen die Zeit für ein Tutorial.
Wer dachte das? Ich brauche kein Tutorial.
Und
Tutorial.
wie willst du dann die Schrottpresse reparieren?
Schau einfach zu und lerne.
Vielleicht hörst du dir lieber vorher an, was ich zu sagen habe.
Du hast hier aber nichts zu sagen.
Ach, komm schon. Dauert doch nicht lang. Zeig einfach mit dem Cursor auf mich und mach einen Linksklick.
Mal sehen.
We'll see about that. His name is Wenzel. I think I played this with a friend like 10 years ago. Wait, really? I have no idea when this game came out. I have no good sense of time on this. But yeah, I have a bunch of games sitting in my kind of
Computer, Wenzel ansprechen.
Das
computer.
musst du nicht extra sagen.
Wer redet denn mit dir?
Na du? Du hast mich angeklickt.
Klugscheißer. Verrat mir lieber mal, was mit der Schrottpresse nicht stimmt.
Sie drückt nur noch ganz sanft und matscht nicht mehr richtig.
Das sieht doch nun wirklich jeder Idiot.
Na, dann moderier du doch das Tutorial.
Ein Klacks. Zuerst erkläre ich dir mal,
Wait, do you guys, I just realized that the font is a little smaller on the screen. Do you guys want me to change it to English so you can hear what they're saying instead of having to read along with me? I just realized that was probably... I was not thinking about 9! Yeah, I have a bunch of other, like, point-and-click games burning a hole in my pocket that I really need to get around. I really want to play Aviary Attorney, because I love Phoenix Wright and Ace Attorney. But I haven't... it's another one where I'm like, I haven't gotten around to doing it. Try English just to see what it's like. Okay, one second, let me... I think I need to do this first. I don't need to read. Look at an object, or I think I know how to talk to them.
wie man ein Objekt ansieht.
Das weiß ich doch.
Aha, und wie?
Aha.
Ich zeige mit meinem Mauszeiger darauf
Right
und
click
klicke
when I see an
rechts,
eye.
wenn ich das Augensymbol sehe.
Ja, die Theorie ist einfach, aber wie sieht es mit der Praxis aus?
Hey, das ist dein Tutorial.
Du willst dich doch nicht etwa drücken. Aber nun gut, ich werde es dir vormachen. Siehst du dieses kleine Ding auf dem Boden dort drüben? Ich werde nun mit dem Zungensymbol...
The what?
Dem Augensymbol.
Ich werde nun dort draufklicken und es mir so ansehen. Pass also gut auf.
This?
Was ist das?
Das ist ein Kathodenstümpel.
Danke für den Input, Wenzel.
Danke für den Input, Wenzel.
Zweige, wenn ich sie sehe. Blöd, dass ich sie nur ansehen kann. So eine Zweige könnte noch richtig nützlich werden.
Du kannst sie mitnehmen. Du musst nur mit der Maus drauf zeigen, sodass das Handsymbol erscheint. Klicke dann links und du hebst sie auf.
Nein, das muss einfacher gehen.
Wenn du meinst.
There has to be an easier way.
Okay.
Gosh.
Ich habe die Klemmzweige aufgehoben, aber was mache ich jetzt damit?
Du steckst sie in dein Inventar, da wo all deine Gegenstände hinkommen. Du hast das Ding aufgehoben. Jetzt kannst du mit dem Mausrad das Inventar öffnen.
Hey, das ist es ja.
Genau, das hier ist dein Inventar.
Schon klar.
Und hier kannst du dir alles ansehen, was du mit dir rumträgst. Du weißt doch noch, wie das geht, oder?
Yin and Yang.
Sieh her, Wenzel. Es ist fast vollbracht.
Beeindruckend. Und das meine ich ernst.
Oh, Josh. I look
Sieh
at
her, Wenzel. Es ist fast vollbracht.
Beeindruckend. Und das meine ich ernst.
Put it in an inconspicuous spot.
Ha, Es passt.
Als nächstes musst du,
Du brauchst mir nicht alles vorzukauen. Den Rest schaffe ich schon alleine.
wie du meinst.
I feel uncomfortable standing underneath this huge pipe. Button or... I think
Rufus?
I...
Einen Tipp
Rufus?
hätte ich da noch.
Ich hab dir doch gesagt, dass ich es auch ohne deine Hilfe schaffe. Ich muss jetzt nur noch diesen Knopf hier drücken und schon...
RIP!
Ach, ich liebe Tutorials.
He's dead.
Du alte Memme, denkst du hast Probleme, nur weil etwas Abwasch die Spüle verstopft. Spar das Gezeter, gedenke der Väter, sie hausten in Armut umgeben von Schrott. Doch wo alles verloren schien, ward einer geboren. Er war saustark und lässig, sein Haar saß perfekt. Und mit Großmut und Tapferkeit sprach er, ich bin's leid, macht euren Mist mal allein, ich muss weg. Außer er muss dann mal weg.
I should have learned at least some German because I was friends with a German
Müll. Noch mehr Müll. Ein Leben in Ordnung und Zufriedenheit. Ach nein, es ist Müll. So, das reicht. Ich muss hier endlich weg. Gut, dass ich dieses Mal den perfekten Plan habe. Nur noch die letzten Sachen packen und ich bin raus hier. Wo hab ich nur meine Liste hingetan? Mann, es wird wirklich Zeit, dass ich diesen Schrottplatz endlich verlasse.
Yeah, I'm gonna change it just so that you guys don't have to like squint. I don't wanna give anybody eye strain. How do I? Oh, it's like the good old. Yeah, I should know at least some German because one of my friends when I was in school in Japan was a German exchange student. It was really nice. Like whenever I was running late, which was all the time, he would let me hop on the back of his bike, which is not allowed, no matter how many times they show it in anime. And I would just have to like fling myself off right before we got like within sight of the gate guard, so that we wouldn't get in trouble. Very anime romantic. There was nothing. He had a girlfriend who was the cutest girl in the entire world. There was nothing romantic about it. Guard? Yeah, well, just like a gate guard, like a watchman type of thing. If they was that girl you know, she was another American, but she was adorable. She wanted to like open a pet store. That was like her dream. She was always talking about. She was really cute. I actually wonder if they were together for like a long time. I wonder if they're still together. Did you steal her away? No. I agree. But I think he just like, I think he thought I was kind of an asshole. And I mean that in like a we understand each other kind of way. So he always helped me out with stuff. Like helping me not be super late to class, but then as soon as we got within like the gate where the like watch guys could see us, he was like, "Get the fuck off, we're gonna get in trouble." And I was like, "I'm sorry." Now I'll have to run. But he actually introduced himself to me. His English was really, really good. But the way he introduced himself to me was it was the first day of class and we were going around and like introducing ourselves. And we had to say what country we were from and then like what our like main course of study was and all this other stuff. And so he got to me, I was like, "I'm Maple, I'm from America," and blah 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 blah. And he just in the middle In the middle of my introduction, as soon as I said I'm from America, he turned, and I was the first American who had introduced myself. He just like turned and grimaced at me, and he went, "I thought Americans were fat." And I was like, it's not like universally true. And then there were like a bunch of other like Americans, including his future adorable girlfriend, who are also in the room, who hadn't introduced themselves yet. And so obviously, like, by the end of all the introductions, he was like, "Oh, like Americans aren't all like the like cartoony like burger eating stereotype." But I was just like it was the like I hadn't even finished my introduction. I was like, "I'm Maple, I'm from America." I thought all Americans were fat. Everyone just kind of looked at each other, and then I was like, "No. Anyway, I'm studying such and such." It was a very powerful response. It was the type of like asserting dominance response where like it was clear that he didn't give a shit what anybody in the room thought about him, where I was like, "All right, I think I'll get along with this guy."
Ah, there's my list.
Fortunately, there are no German
Seems
stereotypes.
like I've packed almost everything I need. All I need now are some provisions.
Pills.
A brush, a pair of socks, and a bolt cutter. A bolt cutter? What the? Well, guess I must have had a reason to put it on the list.
Pills here. Well, yeah, the thing was that it was also such like it was such a powerful like T-pose, sort of like he just interrupted me to say it, to just assert his dominance. Like my brain, if my brain was with it, I would have been like, having some Bratwursten with your lederhosen this evening, my friend. But instead, I just was like, I know that those are not like how you say those things. I just am trying. That's like my biggest reach that I can do. How did you become a foreign exchange student? It was kind of, I wanted to like do a stream about it because my story was kind of complicated. I know a lot of places, I know there's a lot of places who, when they do like, when their school sends you as a foreign exchange student, it's because they have like an agreement with the college, like the other college at the other end, and basically like you exchange like so many students and or you have like an established like foreign study abroad program sort of thing. And so they're like, "Oh yeah, like we take students from this university." Mine wasn't like that. I actually had to like apply and get accepted to a university that was different than my American university. It was kind of like its own, and like their credits were still accepted. That was like their agreement. They were basically like, "We'll accept like the credits from this place, but you have to okay the course that you're taking with us, because we might not accept the credits if we don't like agree with the course." So it was kind of a process, because I had to basically reapply for a college in Japan, and I did have like some of my professors at my school like write me recommendation letters and stuff like that, but then I had to like get accepted, and they had like it was less of a, "Oh, you're in this school that we have an agreement with," and it was more of a, "We accept 6 people out of like all the people who apply, and so if you don't get it, then like so, God help you." Like you're not studying abroad. But my teachers were really cool, and they like knew people at the college too, so they were able to like call and like basically say like, yeah, I know this girl and she's good, so please put in a good word for her. So it was kind of a process, but I just really wanted to. We actually had a school in Tokyo that we had like an unlimited exchange agreement with, so I could have just gone there without having to apply or do anything. But I really wanted to go to Kansai because I had a foreign exchange student when I was in high school who was from Kansai. She was from Nagasaki, and so I was like, I wanted to, you know, go where she was. I wanted to see all the places that like she had told me about in high school. And like see her stomping grounds. And so that's why I was so dead set on going to Kansai instead of going to Tokyo. That was the only reason. I was just like, I want to like, you know, I want to go there and see all. And she was really excited because I like wrote her a letter and I was like, I'm going to the Kansai to study. And she was like, oh my god. She was like, why aren't you going to Tokyo? I was like, why is everybody asking me that? But it was fun. It was fun. Oh, did I just pick it? That was a torch. Did I just slip it in your pocket? No big deal. It's okay. I probably should have looked at it.
I could use it for hair wax.
For hair wax?
The best thing about it is the can.
Best thing about it is the can. Wait, let me open my inventory. Was as good as you thought it should be? It was really fun, yeah. I was unfortunately there in for the 3/11 earthquake. But actually because I was in Kansai, it wasn't like as bad as my friends who were in Tokyo. They got it really bad. I mostly just got knocked on my ass, and then there was like no fresh food in the supermarket for a while. But so that was kind of near the end of my study abroad, and that was all like really stressful. So honestly, by the time I left, I was kind of glad, like not like glad to leave, but it was sort of a relief to not have to like worry about, because we had like aftershocks and we had a lot of people like telling us to buy iodine pills and stuff like that. So in a way, going home, I was kind of like it's nice to not have to like wake up every day and be like, is this nuclear power plant gonna do something bad to me? But I still loved it a lot. It was really nice, and I've gone back a couple times since, and I loved it. So I've thought about moving there like more permanently, but I really don't like Japanese work culture. And I can say that because I worked for a Japanese. It was a Japanese company. It was headquartered in Japan, and we dealt with the Japanese like side of things a lot, but and so I kind of did a Japanese work culture like in America thing for a while, and I just hated it. I was like, this makes no sense to me. Like, it was a lot of things where people were like, did you finish such and such last night? And I was like, well, you sent it to me at 9 p.m. so no. And they were like, well, I'm sure you were playing video games at that point. You should have done it. And I was like, what the fuck? So that's the only thing is I don't mind the thought of living in Japan, because I actually liked living there. I got along really well with just like being able to walk a lot, and I love the food, and I seem to have like a weird like heart-to-heart connection with like every OG-san I come across. But yeah, the work, I think the work culture is the only thing that kind of keeps me away. I'm like, I don't know if I want to live that life again. Can I actually put this in my hair? Do it. Do it! He's like, no, come on, man. I said it was rancid.
The oil is rancid, but I could use it for hair wax. The best thing about it is the can.
Wonder if I can, like, I dump it out. But
Adding oil to the flames is not part of my escape plan, but it's an integral part of Plan B.
What is Plan B? Very Pajama Sam. Oh, there we go.
This could be useful.
So, toothbrush, bolt cutters. What is this? Oh, provisions. I don't know why I looked at it and was like, pills here. Socks. I'm sure I was really into Left 4 Dead for a while in college. And so, like, when me and my friends would get, like, pizza or something, or I would go, like, pick up the pizza and I would bring it in, and I would, like, be the one carrying it all in. I would drop it down. I would be like, pills here! Like, the provisions have come. But I'm sure to, like, anyone in earshot, it sounded like I was just, like, dealing Molly or something.
All my father left me, besides alone, was this stupid wooden trunk.
Besides alone.
Without me. My father left me a trunk before he left me. I don't want to open it. I don't want to be disappointed yet again.
But what if there's something expensive in there? Suits case. Anything in this, like, hidden drawer under the bed? Telescope?
Blech. Nah, like always, there's only junk on TV.
Are they asking if you were playing games in the night? No, they were more like, if they ever got wind that I did anything, like, leisurely, like, play video games while I was home, like, at night, they would be like, oh, well, you should have been, like, you know, catching up on, you should have been getting ahead on, because I was always caught up, but they were like, you should be getting ahead on your work, you should be doing this, you should be doing this extra stuff, and I was just like, no, he's air guitaring! I was just like, no. I don't wanna. That was when I realized that laziness is a virtue, and one that I'll protect with my life. Oh, I can't look. So certain things I see the little eyeball. Chafing chit?
Another note from Tony. What's she complaining about now? Will you please clean the bathroom for once? Yeah, right. In her dreams.
If you press shift or space, you can see everything that's clickable. Oh. Yeah, that's shift. That's not doing it. What about space? Oh, there you go. Oh, there's the toothbrush.
Huh, it's seen better days for sure.
I was like, why is it so gross?
Whoop!
No! It's running away!
What the toothbrush bailed out on me. Guess I should have kept it in a more germ-free environment.
Wait, it's poking its little head up at me.
Blech. What gnat's piss? It's
Dark.
mocking me.
It's-
Yeah? Well, just you wait.
It's mocking me.
It's mocking me. Yeah? Well, just you wait.
He's free. Let's go shove your hand in
Come
the dark
on, brushy,
corner.
brushy, brushy. Come to Papa.
Come to Papa.
Oh, crap. I need a better plan to catch it.
Can I blast the flames in there? Can I smoke him out?
Ah, the first aid kit. It saved my life several times, but since the time I tried to build a shrapnel-propelled jet, there's no Band-Aid left. The only thing in there now is Tony's tranquilizer.
Can you get the trank? Let's tranquilize this toothbrush.
Locked. Tony must have the key.
Damn you, Tony. Something else over here.
I usually leave that stuff for Tony. I've only used it once. But all my clothes got discolored, and the shed burned down.
How did the shit burn down? Oh, there's the bolt cutters.
Bolt cutter is a pretty useless gadget if you think about it.
Door of Tony's room. Behind Tony's house. There's more stuff. More stuff. The sink. Bitching post-it. Fridge door. I can take a gander.
This is Tony's room. The lion's den. Or more aptly, the dragon's lair.
Can we rip those boards off it? Get in. Tony, give me the day. The guillotine!
Whoa, what's that? A guillotine so I won't enter her room? Whoa, that girl has issues. I honestly wonder why we were ever together at all.
It's the post-it note.
Stay out of my room. You have no business in there anymore. Who does Tony think she is? I've got better things to do than rummage through her drawers.
That's what we were about to do, though. I'm not gonna mince words. That I was on my way for that.
You scoffed all the food yet again, and I keep finding your crap in the fridge. What the hell's wrong with you? Huh? I don't understand the question.
This is my cat writing writing things to me.
Do the dishes already. They won't do themselves. Oh yeah? Well, I'll take that chance.
Can I be a good boy and do that? Ew. He has better things to do. Maple doesn't.
People should do the dishes. I mean, Tony has much more experience with it.
Can I take? Oh, I
I
can
don't
take.
see why I, of all people, I mean, Tony.
I can take the fork. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but I do know that I have it now. Wait, what's in the fridge? Ooh, sock. 22? Or does a single
These coats are
sock
incredible.
make?
Unbelievable how much stuff you can cram into the pockets. I'll have a quick look. See if I can find something useful in the pockets. Hey, there really was something in there. A sock. Cool.
2 socks? I see what bitching isn't complaining, not rad. I mean, I think when you're trying to say rad, I think you say bitchin' without the G. I think bitching is complaining and bitchin' is rad. That's how I differentiate it anyway. Can use the fork to seduce the toothbrush? I was considering it.
I don't see why I, of all people, should do the
Get
dishes.
over
Tony
it,
has much
buddy.
more
Tell me about
experience
this
with it.
fork situation. Oh, and I got the
And Tony
pot.
keeps complaining that I don't do enough housework.
Filled it with water. I like it. 4 notes. Oh, 2 socks now.
At least I already got 1 sock, but I need a pair. I don't want to show up in Elysium dressed like an idiot.
Oh, you want them to be the same color?
At least I already got 1, but I need a pair. I don't want to show up.
You don't need, they can be different colors. I think that there's some charm to that nagging note.
You're not supposed to eat on the sofa. I keep finding leftovers in it. Huh? Well, isn't that a good thing?
I eat on the sofa.
Seems there are still some wasabi peas in there. But without something to put them into, I'm not collecting them.
Oh, if I find something where I can put the oil in, maybe I can put the wasabi. They're my provisions. I get you. What? I put oil. Wait, what can I put in the oven? Crumbs on the sofa, oven, hot plate.
Oh, cold.
Say it's a fashion statement.
Adding oil to the flames is not part of my escape plan, but it's an integral part of Plan B.
He really doesn't want me to set stuff on fire. Why not? Can I use the hand torch? Cook this
I
baby
need
up.
something flammable to start the fire.
You mean like the oil? Wait, can I use the notes?
Burn the note. Not a bad idea. All I need is an appropriate fireplace, and we're on.
Let's go! That's what I think of you,
In you go.
Tony! Can you grease the fork so it fits in the socket better? Whoosh. Now we're cooking.
I don't see why I, of all people, I mean, Tony has much more experience
How
with
do
it.
I... Anything I can... Oh, maybe I can boil some water? That on the hot plate? Oh, let's go. Now what? So I got the pot. Boiling water. I want to put the fork in there? No. That...
Well, nothing to fork yet. Do everything yourself.
If you don't do everything yourself... Can I... wash me up some socks? There we go. Oh, it's bubbling. Yeah, this is roughly what my cooking looks like. This is not far from the truth.
I may not be an expert, but I'm sure I need a hot wash.
Maple, you cook with detergent? No, but everyone got mad at me. Everyone got mad at me during the Outer Wilds because I said that I would make chicken noodle soup with water because soup is water and soup is made of water and I don't understand. I don't understand why that was a point of why people took umbrage with me for that. Speaking of cooking, how's Mama Moose doing? Her surgery was today, and I haven't heard from her yet. Cause I texted her earlier, but she hasn't gotten back to me. Probably because she's just like completely blasted by the pain meds. I'm gonna check in with Papa Moose after the stream just to like make sure that everything's cool. But she gave me like the full rundown of how it was gonna go, and it basically sounded like the day is gonna be a nightmare for me. Leave me alone. And I was like, understood. So I'm trying not to be too clingy.
Whoa, look at that. The sock changed color. Who would have thought it?
Oh.
Where's the other one? Clear case of subtractive color mixing.
Wait, did one of the socks melt? Oh, it's green now! So now I need to find another green sock. How did the fork cause that? Or maybe I used it to, like, scoop it out. Can I use the oil? Can we make some soup?
I think I can find a better place for used oil. The fresh water supply, for instance.
Can we look? This is fresh water. Don't you want to make some soup, my good man? Some tasty, tasty maple brand soup. How's your mouth feeling? It's good. Pretty good. It's
It
a
can't
lot
be opened
better.
since the handle's gone. Tony was pissed off, but I needed it to secure the door of my matter transporter. I mean, the device was unstable enough without flies going in and out. Not a chance. The handle is missing and I can't get my fingers into the cracks.
Thank you for the follow. We're gonna lose. Drink the soup.
Ouch! Damn it! That's hot!
Sorry, bro. Yeah, my mouth is feeling fine. I'm more feeling funny because my blood pressure's still a little bit all over the place, but it's a lot better. I've been like tracking it like the doctor told me to. And it's way better than it was when I was at the place, so I can't. Which this is in front of the house. The other one's behind the house.
Come on, brushy, brushy, brushy. Come to Papa. Oh, crap. I need a better plan to catch it.
Soup is water because you use water in soup. Is chicken also soup? Chicken can be soup. Just like
No,
water
I
can be
haven't
soup.
finished packing yet.
Oh, okay. So it's everything is gonna be in this room, presumably. Then, what else can I? Oh, did I go in the bathroom? Oh, there's something over here. Bathroom door. No. Behind him. Oh, plunger.
This could be useful.
Can I plunge him out of there? I don't know if that's too aggressive. Can I get you? Can I
Nope.
get you?
The corner once was a good hiding place, but that's the first place Tony will look.
He wants to hide the plunger? Is that what I'm hearing?
Nothing that needs plunger treatment, I'm afraid. Yeah, too bad. Wielding the plunger is my favorite pastime.
Can I plunge the sink?
Nothing that needs plunger treatment,
Damn.
I'm afraid. Yeah, too bad. Wielding the plunger is my favorite pastime. Nothing that needs plunger treatment, I'm afraid. Yeah, too
Nothing
bad.
that needs
Wielding
plunger
the plunger is
treatment,
my
I'm
favorite
afraid.
pastime.
I need another way to get that. Assume I can't bolt cutter it. I can't grab the toothbrush with the bolt cutter. So I have one sock. Provisions. No. I need to get rid of the oil. Can I go out the front door?
No, I haven't finished packing
Okay.
yet.
Wonder what this guy's favorite pastime is. Yo, plunging? Maybe I should check upstairs again because I didn't know about this push the space bar trick. Maybe I missed something, but let me talk about the water supply.
Let's get rid of this thing.
Oh, let's go. Alright, so that's empty. Oh. Now I have an empty can. I can use that on my wasabi peas.
Seems there are still some wasabi peas in there. I guess these will make good provisions for the journey.
So we got, we'll check it off on my list now. So we got provisions, bowl cutter, so I need one sock and a toothbrush. Ew, delicious. Yeah, I tried the back door, told me no. He was like, no, I haven't packed yet. Get back to it. Let's see. Is there a way to... Oh, no. What about... Oh, no. Oh, I can point. There we go. There we go. So this is locked. Is there a key? Can I... Oh, maybe I can bolt cut it open? Is that too aggressive?
Luckily, I'm a gifted lockpicker.
With bolt cutters?
Man, that would have been a piece of cake with the right tool.
There is a tool I can use. I thought he was gonna say, luckily I'm a gifted lockpicker, and then absolutely slam it with the bolt cutter. Oh, the
I can
cushion.
sleep when I'm dead.
Whoa.
Or if I survive and get confined to bed with broken legs.
Anything else in the suitcase? Woo!
All I need now are some provisions. The bolt cutter, for whatever reason, the toothbrush, a pair of socks, and that's it.
Oh, old escape plan.
Huh. My old escape plans. Some of them weren't half bad.
Can't we just get in the damn trunk?
My father left me a trunk before he left me. I don't want to open it. I don't want to be disappointed yet again.
Come on, man. What if there's another sock in there? And sleep when I'm dead. Oh, there it is.
A sock? That explains why I've had such cheesy dreams.
All right. 2 socks. A pair o' socks. Provisions, bowl cutter. It's just the dang toothbrush. Can you combine items with other items in your inventory? Yes. And
This would make a fabulous all-round tool. Nah, who needs fabulous all-round tools anyway? That's for amateurs.
Sir! I'm trying to I'm thinking big. No respect for my
Someone
ingenuity.
says it's my turn to clean the bathroom. Now that's just unfair. It's never her turn. I've been waiting for weeks, and it's never her turn.
So I have to open this thing. And she had the key in her room.
Locked. Tony must have the key.
I don't think where else. Oh, wait, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, is he gonna burn himself again?
Ouch! Damn it! That's
Sorry.
hot!
Sorry, mi amor.
Well, I think that's all. Should be enough. And Tony keeps complaining that I don't do enough housework.
I mean, you just poured detergent into a boiling pot of water. Every adventure game allows you to merge the items in the inventory. It's a rule. Yeah, I will ask for help if I feel completely stumped. I just want to mess around just a little bit more.
I wonder if I can find some provisions for my journey here. I don't see why I, of all people, should do the dishes. I mean, Tony has much more experience with it.
Mouse hole?
Ouch!
Oh god!
The mouse skedaddled long ago, which doesn't mean that its plan was better than mine. I'm not sticking my hand in there again!
Why? True pain. Oh, I have a mouse trap now. Hold on. Do it. I light the mouse trap.
This would make a fabulous all-round tool.
He says it for every...
Nah, Who needs fabulous all-round tools anyway? That's
Who
for
needs
amateurs.
them?
The mouse skedaddled long ago, which doesn't mean that its plan was better than mine.
Why do I recognize this guy's voice? Has he done something else? Oh.
Nah, I don't think this will work without the right bait.
Son of a bitch! What attracts a toothbrush? Provisions? Put a single wasabi pea on the mousetrap?
Now the little bugger's in for a surprise. Come on, brushy, brushy, brushy. Come to Papa.
Good night, Law.
Ha! Gotcha!
Ha!
Ha! Gotcha! I'll make you suffer the next time I brush my teeth.
Whoa. Oh, I got achievement unlocked, Brush Hunter. Alright, so I think I have all the provisions now. This actor played a couple of characters in Xenoblade 2. Oh, damn boy, chill. Yeah, that would make sense. I'm actually playing Torna right now, finally. Because I really want to play Xenoblade 3, but then I remembered that I hadn't beaten Torna. So I was like, alright, it's time to finally beat Torna so I can play Xenoblade 3. I feel like I'm playing too many games at the same time right now. Sir! Or maybe I have to load things into my... Like a proper traveler. I'm doing the thing where I play a million games and then I'm gonna be like,
Toothbrush. Check.
why can't I finish anything? My boss with the Fort Guys kids today told me that his son has beaten both versions of Pokemon since getting them for Christmas. He didn't get them on release, he got them for Christmas. And he's beaten both versions. And I was like, holy shit. I was like, I have been playing them since like around Christmas. And I'm like halfway through my first version that I'm playing. And I'm currently getting my ass beat by the ice gym leader. And he was like, well, he was like, no offense, but I'm pretty sure that my son has like a lot more TV time than you and like sitting around doing nothing and playing games time, so it's understandable that he would beat games faster than you. And I just like let there be a long pause, and then I was like, I don't think you know what my lifestyle is like. And he just like fell silent, like, oh.
Bolt cutter, for whatever reason. Check.
For whatever reason. I was like, son, if you think your kid spends less time sitting around uselessly playing video games than me, I got news for you.
Provisions. Check.
My upstairs neighbors just started yelling. I thought, I don't know why, it just like came across like, it came across like a retort to my like, sitting around being useless playing games. I was really loud. They must be right above me. It was scary. I was like, I'm sorry.
Socks. Check. Ha! Seems like I've packed everything. Oh, I can't close it anymore. Seems like I've got to unpack something. But
Bro,
what?
lay the provisions on the side. You don't need to have them standing up. Oh, I don't know what to do. Oh god, is this a branching path? I mean, I feel like out of all of these, I would leave the socks. Because, I mean, he's wearing boots right now, right? Like, doesn't he have socks on? Dental hygiene is overrated. I like brushing my teeth. Bolt cutter. I feel like the bolt cutter is important because it's a bolt cutter and he keeps saying for some reason in a really ominous tone. Obviously food is important. Like uncheck.
It doesn't take that much space.
You really trying to tell me to get rid of the food?
It doesn't take that much space.
My god, he is.
I'll never be able to close the suitcase with a monster like that in there. I mean, I won't need a bolt cutter where I'm going.
Are
I
you
wonder
sure?
why it was on the list in the first place. Now it fits.
Yeah, see, look, he has
Packed and ready to go.
his wasabi peas standing at attention.
I think I just strained something.
Hey, Rufus, you should save your energy for the unavoidable drop into the abyss.
Yeah, thanks, Wenzel. You can save your sarcasm for someone less well-prepared than me. This time, I took everything into account. It'll be a stroll in the park.
Ah, that's what you said last time.
I love
It
his
took
voice.
us days to remove the cactus spikes from your butt, remember?
From your butt!
That's all toxic runoff under the bridge. This time, everything will work out. And when finally an Elysian orbit pixie massages my back, I'll ask her to pause for a minute so I can laugh about you.
Whatever. But say, can I have your stuff when you're gone?
Yeah, sure, help yourself. As if anything on this dump is valuable. It's time for me to leave all this behind.
Great. I hope you remembered to calibrate the harpoon.
I'll do that later, after I've stored everything in the pod.
Well, then hurry up. Well, you know that the Organon are always on time.
Cake thing? Got a wrench?
My trusty wrench. I wonder why this wasn't on the list. Well, never mind.
Didn't he write the list? Control panel, fuse, harpoon, gotta calibrate that bad boy, door pod, suitcase, and Wenzel.
Trusty Wenzel. I wonder how he's gonna cope without me. I should send him a postcard. Hey, Wenzel, still stuck in no man's land? It's your own fault, dunce. Yeah, something along those lines.
Be nice to my boy.
I just need to prepare my escape pod for launch, adjust the harpoon, light the fuse, and then it's showtime. Then the rockets will shoot a powerful electromagnet toward a passing Organon cruiser. The escape pod is connected to that very powerful electromagnet via a long chain. Once the magnet is attached to the Organon cruiser, I can reel in the chain with a pedal-operated winch system and pull myself and the pod up. Then, the cruiser will bring me directly to Elysium. This time, nothing can go wrong.
Seems like a very precarious plan. Good night, we're gonna lose. You said you were fighting the ice gym right now. How many badges do you have? I have 5 badges? I think? Yeah, I have 5 badges. Because it seemed like the psychic gym might be stronger than the ice gym. Maple, go do the other gyms. The ice gym is the last gym? Wait, what the fuck are you talking about? The Pokemon around the psychic place were like a higher level than the Pokemon around the ice place. There's also the ghost gym up north of the ice gym, but it's further away. Or maybe it's only further away because I just like jump scummed my way up the side of the mountain into the ice town. Oh, so ice is supposed to be last? Ponto. Oh, I was supposed to do electric before water? Oh, interesting. Okay, well, I guess that's good to know. I've been sitting here banging my head against the ice gym, and I was like, why is this bitch so strong? I've been like power leveling my fire Taurus.
And a sensor. My masterpiece.
My
I've been working on this
masterpiece.
for so long. It must have been since Monday.
I do love the normal gym guy. He's amazing. Yeah, I've been powering. Wait, that's a dude? What are you talking about? The ice lady? That's a guy? This is like how I kept calling the first NPC in Elden Ring this lady for like 2 hours before realizing it was a guy. I don't know why I have this blindness. Okay, well I'll go to the ghost gym next then. Cause yeah, I've been just power leveling my my fire Taurus. I'm trying to make something happen. I was really close! My last attempt, I actually had her whatever her last thing is, her Swablu, down like into the red, and then she took me out and I was pissed. I feel like I'm just gonna steamroll the other gyms now. So what do we got? We got storage space, a seat. A battery.
There. And now?
And now?
There. Now where shall I put it?
I don't know.
I'd rather not. I'd rather not.
Oh, so I have to... Should I put it? Hold on. Oh, I'll put it on the seat?
If I remove the seat, it might just fit.
Are you
How's it gonna
sure?
be attached? And more importantly, where shall I sit?
Oh, I was gonna say, where are you gonna sit?
No, it won't fit in here.
Suitscase? Have you kept up on your classes? I did the midterms. Was the last thing I did, and then I like to do them all at once, so I like wait a couple and then I go back and I take a bunch of classes at the same time. But I just finished my midterms, so I should probably go back and do the next like couple rounds. The Fighting Star base is meant to be last in terms of everything. Well, it's a good thing you told me that, because I was like eyeing that for one of my next stops. You ever see the prototype version of Arceus? I haven't. I really enjoyed Arceus though. I'm sure it was really cool, but I actually had a really good time with it. I was thinking the other day about how when I'm done with Scarlet that I might... I mean, there's still some 3DS Pokemon I want to like play the versions that I didn't play the first time around. Like I never played like Moon. So I wanted to play those, but I was also thinking that I kind of wanted to like go through and play Arceus and like try to actually like 100% it, because I was having a really fun time. It's just like a good like chill out sort of game. That's where it came from.
There.
Yeah. And I put it in myself. Just kidding.
The cable isn't long enough.
I was gonna say, it's kind of a short cable. Stick it in the door.
No, it won't fit in here.
Can I stick it in Wenzel?
He can't help me with that. He's too clumsy and stupid. I have a hard time without a good friend like me.
He's too clumsy and stupid.
The cable isn't long enough. I might be able to do without this.
Are you sure?
No problem. Oh, crap. It's screwed tight.
Good thing we got a wrench. Maybe I can melt the seat off.
I might be able to do without this.
Doing the school socialing stuff provides some nice rewards. Yeah, I was doing it because it was giving me so much XP candy. So I was using it to like power level myself whenever I found myself in a situation.
But how's it going to be attached? And more importantly, where shall I sit?
We just took the seat off, bucko! Hold on. I got the seat. Can I put the seat on top of the battery?
This isn't much use now, I guess. Oh, there's no room left in the suitcase.
Want a seat, Wenzel?
Nah, he can't help me with that. He's too clumsy and stupid. He'll have a hard time without a good friend like me.
I'll have a hard time. Maybe we shouldn't go because it seems really dangerous. Oh wait, there's... Okay, so storage... Oh, maybe I can... Can I stick the seat in the storage space? So I at least have
This
it?
won't fit in there in a million years.
Are you kidding me? The battery fit in there. Do it, I believe in you. Come, buddy. Come, buddy. Come, buddy.
That's where the seat was attached. I'll need some kind of replacement.
Like the battery?
But how's it going to be attached? And more importantly, where shall I sit?
Can I weld the battery in?
Boy, it's attached firmly. Boy, it's attached firmly.
Oh!
I've welded this thing long enough now.
You can't sit on a battery? Why not? Why can't you sit on a battery? I want answers. Can I just light the harpoon?
I've welded this thing long enough now.
Oh, well, got it. Maybe I should mess with the control panel, see if that changes anything. I like the music.
I'll have to load the suitcase first. I want to be better prepared this time.
Damn it! Put it in the storage space.
There we go.
Yosh! Are we sure? Assault and battery. Chafflem, thank you for the subscription. If you sit on a battery like that, you'll make an electric chair? Who says that's not what I'm trying to do? I've never given my my motives here. Okay, so now that's in there. So now
I'll have to prepare the escape pod first. I want to be better prepared this time.
okay, so I gotta mess with that stuff before I
This will be the most spectacular departure ever.
feel like Wenzel's about to watch a man die in front of it.
But how's it going to be attached? And more importantly, where shall I sit?
Ayo, question
No,
mark.
I'll fit in here.
Hey Wenzel, you wanna try something for me? You wanna sit on this battery? Nobody believes me. Nobody believes me, Wenzel!
There's nothing that needs to be screwed here. There's nothing that needs to be screwed here. There's nothing that needs to be screwed here.
I'm the reigning champion of let's brute force this bitch.
I've welded this thing long enough now.
So he doesn't want me to light the
Well,
battery on
attached
fire.
firmly.
Does he want? I don't feel like I should remove the battery.
Well, it's
Wait.
attached firmly.
Wait. Can I go home? Goodbye. I have somewhere to be. My people need me. Get this. Wait, can... No, no, no! Get, take the bolt cutters! Take the bolt cutters! They're sitting right there! You said it... you said it yourself, it's attached firmly. Take the bolt cutters, they'll solve everything. I can't pick them up. I can't pick up the bolt cutters. What if I drag the entire pod in here and I like slip the battery underneath the guillotine?
This isn't much use now, I guess.
But you're still holding on to
This
it.
isn't much use now.
But you're talking about it.
This isn't much use now, I guess.
Can I sit directly on the rocket?
This isn't much use now, I guess.
Wenzel Tuscany.
This isn't much use now, I guess.
Wait, what's this down here? Why is it bubbling? Why is the bubble toil and trouble down here? Oh, you can't see it. It's behind my fluff. My floof. Mine floof. Yeah, see? There's a little, little like bubble, little bubble bobble down there. Is that my laundry? Did my laundry get out of hand while I was away?
This isn't much use now, I guess.
Maybe I should try combining things. Keep forgetting.
This isn't much use now, I guess. Never! My inventory could burn, and Tony is not gonna mend it again.
What if I set the wrench on fire?
This would make a fabulous all-round tool. Nah, who needs fabulous all-round tools anyway? That's for amateurs.
When does Maple do laundry? When it rains! Got that open foresty freshness. Zolchan. Tasukete. Ask him, admit your wrongdoings.
Hey, Wenzel.
What's up?
About the plan.
Are there any problems?
Problems? No. The plan is perfect. But... where shall I put the battery?
Couldn't you have thought of building a compartment or something before?
I had other things on my mind, okay?
You slept through the whole afternoon while I assembled the telescope.
Well, I have to feel rested when I get to Elysium.
Of course you have. Anything else?
Now, what happens when I've got the pod ready?
We wait for the Organon cruiser. As soon as it's here, you light the fuse and jump into the cockpit. You have calibrated the harpoon, right?
Not yet, but there'll be plenty of time for that.
If you say so.
All right. Pack, calibrate, light fuse, and... I'll launch myself into the upper spheres!
Wait, I'm a dumbass!
At least there's a chance that the magnet will hit the cruiser. But...
No buts. This time, everything will
No,
work.
no butts, no nuts,
I'll
no
show
wait.
everybody.
it will be a spectacle. No doubt. Any other problems?
No problems. Why?
Of course not. Of course. How could I ever think such a thing?
No, what's the phrase? No butts, no... No, I was about to say no butts, no nuts, no coconuts, but that's 2 nuts.
I'll go back to work then.
You better do that. You haven't got much time left.
I know no ifs, ands, or buts, but there's also no buts, no buts, no... No butts. No butts, no cuts, no coconuts. Yeah, that one. No butts, no cuts, no coconuts. No, I want you to put it in this little thing. No! Look, it's like the perfect size! Where are you going? He's gone. Come back. I didn't mean it! Look, it looks like it would fit perfectly. Just like a swoop. Maybe I can use it as a headrest.
But how's it going to be attached? And more importantly, where shall I sit?
Are you telling me you don't want to weld a battery? Oh wait. Gravel in here? Are you telling me you don't want to weld a battery to my headrest? Oh! Good morning, sunshine! Good morning! Do you like your Koro-san bed? Is it so cozy? Yeah, it's like you just discovered there were a bunch of pillows there. Oh yeah, snuggle back in. She's currently sleeping on all of my Coronet pillows. I have 2 of the Molly Online ones, one... I don't know where the one from before was. It has the Hollow Fest art on it. And then I have one that I got at an artist's alley. They're all like piled up in the corner. It's like she just discovered they were there. Giving me a look. It's like she just discovered they were there and she's all curled up and cozy in them. Yeah, you're so cute. Yeah, you're very cutie. I'll probably get my Dreamcast controller away so you don't have that wire nearby. I'm sure that's annoying. Hi. You're a little goblin. Okay, back to bed. Just woke up to sneeze a few times, give me the business, and go back to sleep. Wait, where am I right now? Oh, there. Is Syrup now a Koro fan? I think she has a complicated relationship with Koro-san. Cause my alarm in the morning is from my Coronet voice pack. So there's 2. I've played them on stream before, but there's one that's like gentler. It's like, oi, asa da yo. And it like wakes you up kind of like nicely. But then there's one that goes a lot harder. Where she's like, asa da yo baka yara! And so every morning I feel like at this point she hears like the dog lady's voice kick in and she knows that I'm going to get out of bed soon, and of course she doesn't like that. So now there's this like Pavlovian reaction where when she hears Coronet's voice she comes and gets on top of me to try and like shackle me down so that I can't leave her. And that also includes sometimes when I have her on when I'm watching her streams. But she hears her in the morning and she knows that that's the wake up noise, and she comes and just throws herself on top of me instantly to like make sure I don't move. But she usually is pretty chill as long as she's on top of me when I'm watching Korone, but sometimes when Koto-san like yells or like screams really loudly, like Pikmin, she gets like, what the fuck? I mean, she has been screaming a lot in Pikmin, though it's increasingly less of a scream and more of a just like emotionally turning on the Pikmin themselves. And basically asking them why they're so useless all of the time. Which is not the like emotional arc I expected. Okay, so this is really only... Can't check out what this is. There really isn't like a place to go. Oops. When I realize where you put the battery, I'm gonna feel like an asshole.
I just got that from there.
Ah!
But how's it gonna be attached? And more important,
With the flamethrower! You're not listening to me. We weld the battery to the seat.
Boy, it's attached firmly.
Wait, where are you going? I'm sorry I made fun of you. Come back. It's not that big a deal. You can be a Kono-san fan if you want. Come back.
Boy, it's attached firmly.
No welding the battery, Mom.
I've welded this thing long enough now. I've welded this thing long enough now. Okay, I should calibrate the harpoon first.
Oh. Can I do that?
I'll have to prepare the escape pod.
Damn it!
I want to be better prepared this time.
Can you use the front door now that you're back? Oh, probably.
And a sensor, my masterpiece. I've been working on this for so long. It must have been since Monday.
It's Monday. No, I can't close it, actually. It won't let me close it.
That's where the seat was attached. I'll need some kind of replacement.
Oh, I can close that. And unclose it. And close it again.
I just got that from there. But how's it going to be attached? And more importantly, where shall I sit?
How's it gonna be
What's it in here?
attached? How did you get the Korone Sonic merch? I got it through a proxy service called Nopine that I've used before, where they like order stuff for you that can't be shipped out of the country and then they ship it to you as a middleman. So I got all of the in stock. Still feel like you gotta brute force it? Listen, I'll figure it out eventually. Yeah, I got all the stuff that was like already made already and in their warehouse. I ordered that through Nopine, and then I ordered the plushie through them, but because the plushie isn't like made yet and it's coming out later, I had to give them 2 separate shipping addresses because I was like, I'm not sure if I'm gonna like still be here when the plushie comes out. But my my merch now, the merch that was ready made, Nopine, it's Nopine, but 2 P's. Actually, the ready-made stuff is getting here tomorrow, I think. Tomorrow or Saturday. So I'm gonna be able to like that. So I'm gonna be able to I'm gonna be able to check out my Sonic merch tomorrow or Saturday. I'm really excited. I'll post lots of pictures. And then I'll add it to the shrine. I need another shelf. I've already filled my shelves. And because I wanted to put Leah and Iori up, and I didn't want, they're like a little shorter than some of my like really big HoloLive standees. I didn't want them to be covered, so I actually had to move Poca and Botan down. So they're like on they're not even on shelves anymore, which just means that I need shelves. I mean, I'd say two. I'd say 2 more shelves will probably hold me for another like 6 months. Need a bookcase now. It's like Selene and her Selene shrine. I really want some of the Selene standees, but she's like, I don't know, I'm weird. She's like really the only Niji that I like kind of watch. And I don't watch her as much as I want to, so even though I'm like, oh, I want her stand, I'm like, do I deserve it? Am I worthy? Get at least one. I really wanted the one of her in a dress, but I think that one's out of stock now. I use this on the door?
Yeah, there are loose nuts, but that's okay.
You sure? This is going into space, allegedly.
There's nothing that needs to be screwed here.
Uh-oh, she's yelling. Honey! I'm in here! You just walked out of here!
Nothing that needs to be screwed here.
You walked by me! Honey! Come here! Come snuggle. You don't have to be mad. She's like, fucking mommy's talking to the ghosts. I hate this. Maybe she just wants food. Nah, I fed her already. Just being a butt.
Now, I guess.
Do a syrup redeem? Oh, I should, shouldn't I?
This won't fit in there in a million years. This isn't much use now, I guess.
Sir?
This isn't much use
Sir?
now, I guess.
So I tried all of the iterations of combining these things.
This isn't much use now, I guess.
This isn't much use now, I guess. I do it the other way
This
around.
isn't much use now, I guess.
And then the other one, he was like, I'm gonna set my inventory on fire if I do this. Wait for the one of her in a wedding dress. Wait, is that a thing that's happening? Yeah, but I wanted the one of her in a dress. But then I was like, I don't know if if I deserve it. So I didn't get it. And then I wanted the one of her new outfit. But I was also like, I don't know if I deserve it. I don't know if I watch her enough to deserve it. At this point, I'd backtrack, see if anything has changed. Respectable. I'm sorry. I want the damn bolt cutters, but he won't give me the bolt cutters. Out here acting like I don't need these bolt cutters. Can I take the pie?
Ouch! Damn
Fuck.
It, that's hot!
Can I put this into the flames?
The drinking water is so brackish that things get cleaner by not washing them.
Oh no. So brackish.
Let's get rid of this thing.
Wait, really? I just tossed it into the flames!
I don't like clean tools. They always give the impression that I haven't worked hard enough.
Well, I didn't know you could do that! Were you supposed to do that? I don't know, but I don't think there's any harm in it. I don't think. Maybe I can mess around with some stuff with the
I don't
wrench.
like clean tools.
Brother, I wasn't asking you to clean it. I wanted you to rip the sink apart. What about over here?
Yeah, there are loose nuts, but that's okay.
Loose D's nuts. Wait.
Yeah, there are loose nuts, but that's okay. Yeah, there are loose nuts, but that's okay. Luckily, I'm a gifted lockpicker. Damn, that would have been a piece of cake with the right tool.
Can you not wrench this bad boy open? What about...
I don't like clean tools. They always give the impression that I haven't worked hard enough. I've given up trying to open the trunk. I don't even want to know what's in there.
What was that noise?
I've given up trying to open the trunk. I don't even want to know what's in there.
Oh, it's the music that scared me.
That won't enhance the view one bit.
Can you take the bolt boys, as I like to call them? Take them. Take them. I don't think anything has changed. Can I light the sofa on fire? Can I go out front? Nyosh. Smart. There's another area I could have gone to.
Ouch! Hot.
Wait, the chili pepper's hot? Bee-boo. Got a mailbox.
No problem. Oh, crap. It's screwed tight.
What, the mailbox? Well, I got a mailbox now. I can put the battery in there.
I've already unscrewed it.
Okay. It's a hammock.
A wrench can be used to tighten or loosen nuts and bolts. Bet you didn't know that.
Save your suggestions. As a pro, I know how to use a wrench.
Sorry. The way
As
you're
a
running
pro.
around, I took you for a bloody amateur. Would you believe that?
Says the guy with the silly hat. Yeah.
Got his ass.
Hello, Hannock.
Hey, well,
Rufus.
I'm really terrible with names.
Is the tunnel closed again?
Yes, we had another collapse in Sector 7.
Another
Sector
junk
7?
ride? All this trash is really
Was it the
driving
big
me
pizza?
nuts. I'm glad I'll be gone for good soon.
Are you?
You bet.
Well, I only know you won't be leaving through this tunnel.
Did you see Tony anywhere?
Tony?
Big, angry, breathes fire. My former girlfriend.
Ah! Tony! Well, I guess she's down in her store, working, like everybody else, except you.
I'll finally leave this junk heap of a planet.
Oh yeah, another one of your brilliant plans?
This time, it's absolutely foolproof.
Yeah, that's right, you being a fool and all. But I reckon you running around here has got nothing to do with any other problems.
No, it hasn't.
Well, good for you.
Okay, the plan itself is foolproof.
Is it?
But
Here we go.
Here we go. Oh my god. Oh, I can ask him questions. No, I
Don't
want to
worry,
figure it
I'll
out
make
myself. I'm Daijobu. I'm very smart.
I'll write you a postcard from Elysium.
You go ahead and do that.
You sound like you don't believe me. Wait, don't go here!
It's hot enough.
Now I'm gonna try putting the battery in the mailbox. It's my storage.
Saddle-shaped, and with a compartment where the battery could fit exactly. I might have found my replacement seat.
Hush.
Ha! There you go. Ha! There you go.
Ha!
The capsule is ready. Now, all I have to do is calibrate the harpoon.
Ha! There you go.
There. Too bad the two directions of the control stick are blocked, but who needs those anyway? The main thing is that the crosshairs are right on the tracks. And then, I'm gone. Ha! This'll be a walk in the park.
Those crosshairs don't look like super reliable. I don't want to tell him how to do his job though. Okay, what is this plate doing here? Does that mean I can't go up, left and up? I have to go, and I can't go up and left. This complicates things. Wait. Oh, I see. Maple, he literally just said, wait, I thought he was talking about something else. I don't, no judgment. No judgment. Let's all remember I got the woozies. What happens if I do that? Oh, nothing. Fuck. Is that not on the white rail? Oh, does he mean- wait. Oh. I see. It's fine. I know I'm a professional. Ha!
I did it! Now, I'll just light the fuse and boom!
Boom!
Well, that should be it. Stand by when
Who's this? Is that my waifu?
Hello, Rufus.
Tony, why are you sneaking around like that?
This is still my house, remember? Well, it's not as obvious now since someone stole my mailbox. Oh, that reminds me. I'm supposed to give you this letter.
A letter?
Rufus, it's almost time.
Yes, I know. Sorry, Tony, but it's over. Once the fuse is lit, I'll be gone for good.
If only that was true.
Whoa. But now you're sorry about some of the things you said. Maple, it's been 2 hours. Yeah, let me get into space. I presume that's what's gonna happen. I'm sure there'll be a good it'll feel like a good spot. This is the final goodbye. There is nothing you could say to prevent me from going. Honey! Honey, come in here! Are you lost? It's too late. You can beg all you want, but I won't take you with me. Why are you here? I'm leaving. Bet not. Let's see. What do I want to say? You can beg all you want, but I won't take you with me.
No, it's too late. You can beg all you want, but I won't take you along with me.
Can I have that in writing?
I bet now you're sorry about some of the things you said.
That's right. Starting with, you can stay with me.
Woohoo!
There's nothing you could say to prevent me from going.
What a stroke of luck. That means I can't say anything wrong.
This is the final goodbye.
It's too early to jump for joy, I fear.
Why are you here? Are you still hoping for a miracle?
It would be a miracle if you finally disappeared for real.
Whoa.
In case it doesn't work out again, I'll at least have the satisfaction of seeing you injure yourself.
I'm leaving. For good.
I gave up hope of that a long time ago.
Sheesh! I gotta go, wench. I have a fuse to light and a capsule
Now
to
it
sit on a
counts.
mailbox in. Run!
Hello?
Oh, here we go.
Ah, well, maybe I should read the letter. Dear Mr. Bridger, we're happy to inform you, blah, blah, blah. Get to the point, will ya? Unfortunately, the delivery of your screws will be delayed for... Please find enclosed a voucher for a pack of rivets. We apologize for any inconvenience this might have
He's
caused.
gonna die!
These are yours. Just a second. Screws?
Oh my god! How we doing? Is that garbage? Space. What's the Tim Curry? Space. I see. I fear we're in a pickle. Just roll yourself up. Let's go. Push the button, get in the chute. There you go.
Whew.
Oh, my
What a
suitcase
maneuver.
made it.
Hey, my suitcase is here too. It must have got entangled in the chain. Just like I planned.
Still on the way to the one place not corrupted by capitalism. Space! Okay. I'll take a break. I like that the bot ignored that last one. Oh, at least I have all my stuff. Get my provisions. And my socks. My gross toothbrush. Oh, well, let me take my gross toothbrush. What was the point of hitting it with a mouse trap then? Man, Bioshock Infinite looking good. This one looks toasty.
Ouch! The wire's cutting into my flesh. I need, well, something like, has anyone here got a bolt cutter?
Damn it! I got cogwheels.
A well-oiled gearbox.
Gearbox?
There's a flood of trash behind it. Shit. Reminds me of my ex-home.
Reminds me of my ex. This is fun. I really like this. I actually want to like continue with this. Even if I'm slow and I miss super obvious. I galaxy way my brain into not doing like the super obvious solutions. So I'm like, well, he can weld a battery into a chair. You don't understand. Yeah, no, I really, if I wasn't still like, if the solution was obvious, it wouldn't be an adventure game. That's true. Streamer debuff plus chat plus tired moose plus screaming cat. Yeah, if I wasn't still like woozy and kind of recovering from my tooth procedure, so that I could go longer out. Actually, I would just roll on this. I'm having a really good time. The music's really good too. It sounds like something you would hear in like a Final Fantasy XIV town or something. But yeah, actually, I wanna continue this. So Deponia will continue. There's a special stream I want to do next week. Don't forget end card. Joke's on you, I changed it before the stream started. Did you buy the Deponia collection or just the individual game? I got the individual game for now because I wanted to like try it out to start with and then go from there if I dug it, but I do dig it, so I know that there's like a bunch of other, but I don't know, I'd have to look up the like order that they go in because I know that they're all called things like something or other in Deponia or like stuff like that. Yeah, it started. Yeah, look! Adios, not goodbye, that's just the name of the game tomorrow. I'm tired. It made more sense when I wrote it. Bye, Maple! The collection doesn't even have the fourth one? Oh! Yeah, let me look into like into the what's the word? The timeline. Demusia. Yeah, let me figure out a raid target. Yeah, there's maybe I'll do more Deponia next week. And then I'd like to do, I have so much stuff that I want to stream. I just need to figure out a good days for everything. I'd like to continue this, especially once I feel better, so I can go a little bit longer. Well, if Nio's ending, yeah, let's do Maple Winters. Hold on. I always feel bad when I like raid people when they're endings. I know that I had a few times where I'm like, oh, I should probably wrap soon, and then I get a raid and I'm like, I must keep going. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Well, we'll definitely do more Deponia, especially once I can sit up for longer periods of time so that we can really just crank. Yeah, this is super fun. I'm really enjoying it. Yeah, next week, yeah, maybe I'll do another Deponia, and then I'll there's a secret special stream I want to do that I was Lamp caught me testing stuff for it today because I thought my chat was empty, so I was talking to myself to test things. And then Lamp was like, I kept writing test, and then Lamp was like test, and I was like, ah! So yeah, I have that set up for next week. I'm really excited. And then I'll figure out something else too. There's so much stuff. But let's see. Look. Maple Winters. I want to be a millionaire. We 2010. Let's freaking go! I love Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. It was better with Reg. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was a Regis Philbin fan, but Meredith What's-Her-Face was fine, I guess. But yeah, thank you guys for coming and watching Deponia, and this was really fun. We'll play more next week. In case the raid leaves anyone. Yeah, the raids have been weird. They haven't been like acting right. But yeah, thank you for coming. Sorry it was short again, but hopefully next week I can start like getting better, hopefully, so that I can sit up for longer and not be like bleh. But have a good night or good morning or good afternoon or whatever it is wherever you are in Otsumoose. Thank you!